Is Amarillo, Texas about to become the next Boomtown? Because right now, nearly 1 in 5 people living here moved in just the past year. Let that sink in. That's not normal. That's not slow growth, that's momentum. Today, I'm breaking down what's actually happening in Amarillo right now. Not hype, real data, real development, and what it means for you if you're thinking about moving here. If we haven't met, my name's Derek Manasco. I'm a local top producing real estate agent here in Amarillo, Texas, and my team and I help people relocate here every single week. So, what I'm about to share with you, this is not just statistics, this is what we're seeing on the ground in real time. And here's how we're going to break this down: the data behind Amarillo's growth, who is actually moving here, what's being built right now, what's happening with home prices, and whether this is truly a boomtown or something completely different. So let's start with the numbers, because this is what caught my attention. As of early 2026, about 17.9% of people in Amarillo have moved here within the past year. That's nearly 1 of 5 residents. To give you context, the national average mobility rate is around 11%. So Amarillo is significantly higher than that. And what that tells you is this isn't just people moving around locally, this is inbound migration. People are choosing Amarillo. And when you look at the bigger picture, Randall County alone saw about 16% population increase over the last decade, and that growth is continuing. This is becoming one of the fastest growing mid-sized markets that people aren't talking enough about. So let's talk about who is actually moving here, because this matters more than just the numbers. Over the past year, we personally helped people move here from California, Colorado, Arizona, Dallas and Houston, Las Vegas, Illinois, Utah, Georgia, and on and on. Matter of fact, just this past week, we had some wonderful clients who just purchased a new construction home between Amarillo and Canyon. Let's go ahead and leave a congrats in the comment for Jose and Crystal and their family. Here's what's interesting. They are all moving here for similar reasons: more space, lower cost of living, less stress, better quality of life. And a lot of those buyers are remote workers, business owners, families, or skilled laborers. That's not short-term movement, that's long-term stability. Now let's talk about what's actually happening on the ground, because this is where you really see if a city is growing. In Amarillo, there are some strong signals right now. You've got things like the Fermi American Nuclear AI facility being discussed, and whether you fully understand it or not, that represents future investment in infrastructure. You've also got major local businesses like Producers Beef continuing to operate and grow, and that's jobs, economic strength, that's long-term confidence. And then you look at lifestyle infrastructure like the Rock Rose Sports Complex by Kids Inc. That's investment into families and community. And people don't just move for houses, they move for how they're going to live. Now let's talk housing, because this is where things get very real. You've got developments like the Rock Ridge Plan, which is over 1,100 homes planned, Buffalo Highlands on the east side of town, the trails on the north side. Those are just a few plans and developments that are happening, and that's planned growth. That's developers betting on more people coming. And here's something most people overlook: restaurants, because restaurants follow rooftops. You're seeing places like Yellow Rose Steakhouse, Toasted Yolk, Yanagi Hibachi, and more opening up. Those are just to name a few. That doesn't happen in a stagnant market. That happens where there's momentum. Now let's talk about what this means financially. Real estate. Right now in Amarillo, 300 to 400,000 range gets you solid homes, good neighborhoods, still very attainable, even new construction. Compare that to Dallas, you're paying 450 to 700 or higher. Colorado, much higher. California, completely different world. And the gap is still wide. And historically, that's where opportunity exists. Now, I'm not saying Amarillo is going to explode overnight, but what I am saying is people are getting in while affordability still exists. Our median home sold price is right at 250,000, which is well under the national average. So why Amarillo? Because yes, it's affordable, but that's not the only reason. It also offers space, simplicity, short-term commutes, family-friendly lifestyle, and strong community. And one of the biggest reasons, it's not overcrowded. Now, if you talk to a local who's lived here for 30 plus years, who's experienced all this growth, they may say something different. But to me and my family, Amarillo still has that small town vibe. That's what people are after. Now let's be honest. Is Amarillo really a boomtown? Or is this something completely different? Well, here is my take. Amarillo is not Austin, Dallas, or Nashville style explosive growth, but it is quietly growing in a very sustainable way. And sometimes that's actually better because it avoids overpricing, overcrowding, volatility. and you can get the infrastructure in place that's needed to support the growth. The people moving here right now are making intentional moves. So is Amarillo the next boomtown? Maybe not in the way people expect, but there is real momentum here. And with nearly 1 in 5 people who live here have moved or relocated here within the past year, that's not something to ignore. If you're thinking about making a move, download my free Amarillo relocation guide below. And if you want help planning your move, text me, call me, or book a Zoom call. All of this info is in the description of this video. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm Derek Manasco, your local top real estate expert, helping people move to Amarillo, Texas. I put out new videos like this every Monday. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.